alive. Hurry up, plane, go away. Hi, Miss Lizzie. What are you doing up? You're supposed to be in bed. It's 10:30. Yeah, it's cold. It's not freezing, but it's cold. Hey, Matt. Miss Lizzie, guys, has her own channel. Her name is Lizzie in the Woods. Everybody say hi, Lizzie. I just yelled at her to go to bed, though. It's 10:30. I'm going to try to get her to do some live stuff for her. Hey, Stone. Whoop, whoop. Yep. Well, I open up the window. As you can tell, I took that jacket off there. I didn't want it to get destroyed. And the bucket, someone filled with trash, so I'm not going to turn it upside down. Hey, CA. So I thought I'd just sit here for a while and look outside and see what's happening. Bella was in here and I had to kick her out because she's sniffing at the window. You wouldn't hear a thing. So we're just going to sit here for a little bit and I'm going to listen. Let's see if the big boys want to come out and play in the rain. It's not raining hard, it's just dripping. You're funny, guard. Lizzie, you still here? Miss Lizzie. There she is. Alright, well, if we don't get rained out this weekend, I'll take Lizzie out on Friday and let her go out and do some camcording on the property. They're used to being behind a camera. Now Lizzie will talk this way because you guys can't see or hear her, so she's gonna probably be Jabberjaws. Ah, she's so cute. I can't wait. Anyways, this should be fun. I don't know if you guys ever heard of her, but there's this lady's name. Her name is Debbie Jones. She's with Sisters of the Moon. Her and I just spent like 2 hours talking to each other. Yeah, Mark, he's going to be down on the 9th or 10th, weather permitting. Right now it's calling for snow and stuff, but we'll see. But yeah, he's coming down. Lizzie won't be able to come, though. She'll be in school. Anyway, this girl, Debbie, apparently she and her camaraderies, it's about 2.5 hours down. They apparently research in southeast Oklahoma. And she was on Bigfoot Outlaws radio tonight, or yesterday or something. I listened to it today. It was pretty cool. Anyway, she got some really good vocalizations, and I started laughing because you can, man, I can't tell, but it sounds, listening to hers, it sounds like they're either old Native American or Chinese. I mean, it's like a combination of both of them. It's really weird, but I mean, I don't think I've ever heard that before. Well, I know I've never heard that before on my property. But I'm seeing if we can't. I told her it'd be nice if we did a little segment, Sisters of the Moon meet Lady in the Woods. We'll do a little live chat or something. I think that'll be cool. What do you guys think? I don't have to do nothing, CA. I think it'd be fun. Well, because I also know that, I mean, this isn't a law or anything, but I know that around my area, we get a lot more activity when it's just us girls compared to when the guys are with us. Not saying anything bad about the guys, it's just, I think the ones that are around us, the centuries and stuff, are male. So, or maybe they're younger females and they're interested in the kids. I don't know. But all I know is that we have a lot more activity when it's just us girls compared to when the guys come up. Not that they don't, act out, but they do. Not as much. Hey, Michael. So this should be interesting. Anyway, so it's this weekend with Carrie, weather permitting, because it's supposed to rain all weekend. I don't know if he's going to show up or not. And then the following week, Rick is coming down, and he's supposed to spend a few, I don't know. He doesn't even know. We don't know how many days he's going to spend here. We were supposed to go down to Brown Springs, but now I can't go, so I don't have the finances. My husband's having a fit, so I can't go down to Brown Springs, which was my plan. Rick and I were going to be at my property for a few days, and then we were going to go down to Brown Springs. But he's having a hissy fit, so don't want to make my hubby mad. He's been supportive every time I go, so I'm not going to do that. It's kind of early here, so I don't know if we'll get any activity this early. I know they come out in the rain, so the rain's not a deterrent. I heard an owl. Owls are out. Yeah, we were supposed to meet him and Tex down there in Brown Springs. Spend 3 days down there. Yeah, it would have been fun. Miss Lizzie? Yeah. Hi, Brian. I don't know if that was that D that was on Tracy's feed? I just said BDRP. I wasn't sure if it was D or not. I'd be more excited about Carrie coming down if the weather was going to be nice. Yeah, because I want Miss Linda to go out. I'd really like her to have a good experience, seeing her first Sasquatch. And I know they'll mess with her if I go for a walk. But right now, because of the weather, okay, Lizzie, because of the weather, being it's supposed to rain all weekend, I don't have any idea whether it's going to be thunderstorms or just rain or constant rain. But they're not going to be there until I have to meet them. I have to meet them at 6 o'clock in the morning, and they're going to do whatever they're going to do, and then they're leaving. They were supposed to spend the night, but they were going to come in Friday, spend the night, and then leave Saturday. But now she works till 5. That means they get in at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, and that can't happen. I cannot pack up, get in my truck, drive down to meet them, and at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. I will just tick Boo off big time. So I'm not doing that. So I already told them that can't happen. So I can go in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning. I can go down and meet them down then, but they'd be in too late for me to go walking around with her anyway, because I don't go out at night. What, Lizzie? See, she calls me Jima. What do you want, Missy? I'll show you how to do that, sweetie, when I see you tomorrow, okay? After school. It's not that I'm afraid of running into them. It's just I have a routine. I don't like breaking the routine. They do the same thing every single night if I do the same thing every night. They'll come up and they'll play and they'll run around and show their eyes and show their bodies and whatever else they do. But if I break that, especially 1, 2 in the morning when they're the most active, they can get ticked off. What is Tracy's clan? I don't know. Where did you see Tracy's clan? Yeah. Yeah, if they trust you, they'll do it. But if you, oh yeah, okay. But if you start changing things, they get really mad. No, Matt, she's not getting an eyeball. Not happening. I'm gonna slap you. You are so bad. I should go down and get my husband's pipe. Smoke it. Yeah, me too, Mark. I don't want to see you either. Yeah, it wasn't on my property that I saw him ticked off, but I certainly don't want to see that again. And it was terrifying, actually. And they weren't even coming after me. Hey, Jeff. No, hubby's not going this weekend. Hubby rarely goes. He doesn't like it up there. When we move up there, it'll be different because we'll have a house, you know. But the RV, he still could. He said it's a tin can that they could peel apart. Brian, the only one I saw that was, well, not really big, but the only one I saw that was my idea of really big was the Alpha, and I know he was at least 10 foot. Tell Texas I said goodnight. No, I didn't. Boo's about 8 foot, but the Alpha's, he is about 10 foot. You know, I mean, I didn't take a tape measure up, but you know, to push out to an RV, I have to put my ladder up there to clean off the top. And when I saw him there, I know he was about 2 foot above the top part of the RV because, you know, his shoulders were there. So I don't know, I didn't measure, but I guess I was too freaked out to even think about that. Yeah, he's huge. And it's not the height that gets me, guys, it's the girth. It's the girth that gets you. How wide they are. It's the muscle mass. It's the things that you see like that you can't unsee. The height is one thing. Now, CA, he thinks the house will protect him. Yeah, I painted houses for years. I know how big 10 foot is, so that, you know, you still shake your head when you look up at the ceiling. You're like, no way. Just no way. You know, normal standard ceilings are, you know, 8 feet. You know, mine comes to a peak, which is 12 foot, you know, and I stood in the middle of my living room, and I looked up, and I was like, oh, heck no. And that's before I saw one, you know, I mean, when people were telling me the size. But Boo, I kind of watched grow. I mean, the first time I physically saw him, he was somewhere around 7 foot. Then 7, you know, a little bit closer to 8, you know, a little bit above 8, according to Sandy, you know, because where we measured. But, you know, it's just kind of weird. I really can't tell you I don't know how big he's going to get. You know, I imagine if Daddy is that big, that he's probably going to get that big. He's a big boy now. And the one I saw the last time I was there, it probably wasn't much bigger than me. You know, I'm 5'7". And I don't think it was much bigger than me. Any way you look at it, it wasn't a very wide one. It wasn't a very tall one. You know, it was a youngster. But who knows? You know, all I can think about is the ones up north that people tell you about that are like 12, 13 feet. No way. I think I would die. Hey, Louis. Lizzie better be going to bed pretty soon. I'm going to go next door and get her. Put her butt to bed. Sandy's a she. Yeah, Well, she doesn't hear very well and she doesn't see very well, so it's easier for her. When they slapped on her house, on her, she bought one of those sheds and turned it into a house, and when they slapped on the side of it, her door was open, her windows were open, and she told them that not to do that because it scared her, and she said they haven't done it again, but she's heard the talking outside, which means they were really close because her hearing's so bad. She's seen eye shine. Her dogs get freaked out, really bad. And she locks her doors and stuff. So she does kind of she gets nervous up there. She keeps asking me, when you going to move? When you going to move? When you going to move? So I just need to get this house sold. And I'll get up there. When I get up there, I'll have to have dish. I think that's the only thing we can have up there. And according to the people down at the bottom that live down there, they use dish. It's intermittent, but they still get it. I might be able to do live things up there, maybe. I'm not sure. But I have to have internet because of my company. So Lizzie, are you still here? I don't know if it's Boo that came to her place. Well, she doesn't know that either, but she said there were two, and they were talking pretty loud, and it sounded like it was coming from her bathroom window. But she said it sounded like two old men just mumbling, and they got pretty loud, and she got pretty scared. I feel bad for her, And sometimes she'll go down to, she's met a couple people that live down closer to the main drive, the main road, and she goes to their house once in a while to get out of that area. I know she's scared. Hey, Pam. Hi, Dee. You don't want to know. It's a big house. This house is for somebody that's got a bunch of small kids. You would think that, Brian, that you'd have better service up there, but Sandy doesn't have any. We're surrounded by mountains. So you're in an area that's just, I don't know. People don't get very good service up there. And I have nothing. I mean, nothing. You guys could text me and I'd get nothing. I can't make phone calls out. I have no electricity up there. We have nothing. It's just woods. Like I said, Brian, if you go to Texas YouTuber's channel and watch The Mountains Are Calling, you'll see my property. It's beautiful, but there's nothing there. Dee, there are 10,000 cats here now already. That's a drip from the rain. You need to hush up down there. Remember, I think it was the second time I went live, it was raining, and we got a lot of activity that night. I think that was the night that we saw the eye shine, wasn't it? They got real close. Because the rain masked their movement. Yeah, we got the house up for sale now. It's absolutely gorgeous up there, and I just want out of here. I mean, this place is it's not in the city. We're on the outskirts. We just got annexed into the city a couple of years back, but it's rural out here. I mean, everybody here's got a minimum of 4 acres. And Fort Chaffee's right across the street, and they have 700,000 acres of woods, so, it's pretty rural. Yeah, guard. No, there's no adjoining land. It's all been sold back here. Every piece of property back here has been sold. They love it. It's called Deerwoods. and there's a good reason why it's called Deer Woods. Yeah, I was born and raised in Cleveland, Ohio, Brian. I'm familiar with the northern. As you can tell in my voice, I don't have a southern accent. I was born and raised in Cleveland, Ohio, so I'm familiar with north and the weathers and stuff. And although I kind of miss some of the stuff up there, I'd rather be south. I like the heat. I don't miss Cleveland. Yeah, it will be hard to leave the kids, you know. It will be, but I know I'll have Lizzie for the summer. She'll come up every chance she gets. I love heat. I can't stand cold, but being that I was born and raised in Ohio, I got frostbite when I was a kid. So my fingers and my toes turn white at 50 degrees. No, I'm not kicking them out, Matt. They're wanting to move to closer to the city anyway for both their jobs. The grandkids don't want no part of it. Well, two of the grandkids want no part of it. They don't want to move to the city. They want to move up to the mountains with me, but I just can't do that, you know. As it is, I got custody of the two older ones. I have to give them back. They'll go back with mom and dad. It's Lizzie. Lizzie wants to go to the mountains. But she'll come up during the summers and stuff like that. I'm not worried about it. I hate the snow. You can keep that white, yucky stuff. It's too cold. I got my coffee. I got my plug-in. We do have some weather, so we might go buffering somewhere later. I hope not. What? Ouch. Whoa, whoever wrote that, I couldn't see it. Hi John. Whoever wrote something before Dee's comment, I didn't read it. It went by way too fast. Oh, Lizzie. Who's in California? John, don't you know the weatherman lies all the time? They never tell the truth. Oh, hi, Willie. She's not going to get an eyeball, Matt. Might as well forget it. There's not going to be another eyeball Matt. No eyeball Lizzie. We have a sign down here that has a guy pointing up to the sky. It says, God says today's going to be like this. Because that's about the size of it. There ain't no way they can tell you what the rain's going to be like or the weather. Matt's not giving her one. Not happening. She doesn't need an eyeball. Oh, here we go. Watch my son come out and scare me half to death. He would do that too. He'd have fun doing that. Especially if Lizzie's watching and my son's listening. You come outside and scare me. I will beat you. Why do you hope he scares me? You're mean. You're bad, too. I was in California twice. That's it. It's coffee time. Yeah, well, we had, what was it? Last week they said that it was going to be 70 degrees and beautiful, and we got outside that morning, it was like 30. I was like, okay, who lied? Dress the kids for, tell them to dress for warm weather, and they get out there and they're freezing to death. Of course, then the school calls and says, did you not know that it was going to be cold this morning? Later, D. Let me see if I can get their attention. Watch your ears. You watching your ears? Excuse me, you better say yes. I'm going to scream in the phone. I'll drop it. Oh my gosh. Go out there and yell at him. Hello? Okay, Hannah. Hope we get a nice howl. Don't you love it when they howl? Bye, Wooly. Thanks for stopping by. We just get bored at night. Nope, I'm not going. Who's going? Lizzie, you're supposed to be in bed. It's 11 o'clock. You have school tomorrow. Go to bed. Don't make me come next door. Oh. Sorry. It's very hard. I see two people talking at a time with my phone sideways like this. When I have it straight up and down, I can read all the messages, but these go by really fast. Don't you do it, John. You let Lizzie go to bed. Monkey child has to go to school tomorrow. That's it. You know I'm not going to leave, don't you, Lizzie? Because I'm sitting here going live. You're so bad. Hey, now we get to the property and she'll go to sleep. Matt, stop it. She's not getting an eyeball. It's midnight there. Yep. That's right, you're in Pennsylvania. He wants your picture to be an eyeball like his. Hey, Ramona. Hey, Christy. No, Matt. That light is the light just right outside my front door. It's kind of hard to get rid of it. I did have something on it, but it's raining. Hi, Annette. So, if I turn it this way, you won't be able to see the eye shine across the street. Or my phone will fall. Now you can't see the light, can you? Oh gosh. I wish the cold weather would go away already. I teach Lizzie well. She's a good grasshopper. She will learn about gun safety. She'll learn how to eat from the woods. She'll learn how to get water when there is none. She'll know the animal sounds. She'll know all that stuff. Won't you, Miss Lizzie? Because your grandma's going to teach you. That's right. Hi, Debbie. Hey, Bob. I'd much rather have everybody out in the woods with me so everybody can learn that and just get away from all this technology and garbage here. I'm so sick and tired of watching everybody run around with their phones plastered in front of their face. Typing away, typing away, typing away, looking up every once in a great while, even when they're driving or something. You know, they didn't pass a law here for you not to text and drive because the cops can't do it. The cops are doing it here. And they've actually had accidents. So they didn't pass that law here. Crazy people. That's right. Wax on, wax off. That's right. Hi, Rietta. I'm surprised they don't have it glued to their heads. Good. Just makes me crazy. Can't go anywhere without a cell phone. I think that's why I love it so much up there. There's nothing. Oh my gosh, John. That's scary. Yeah, it's rain. Of course she didn't see you. She wasn't looking at the road. I don't know, Bob. I just got on here not too long ago. And it's early. I don't see how they do it either. Good night, Lizzie. Go to bed. Yeah, you're funny. You're an airplane. cat's back. There's a cat down there. Really? Oh, I wish they'd do that. I wish they'd do something to stop the people from texting and driving. I mean, what did they do without them? 10 years ago. 20 years ago. 30 years ago. I can leave my phone at home and go shopping and do what I gotta do. You're okay, guard. We're not doing nothing. We're just sitting here jaw-jacking. Yeah. It's music. I don't know. I've only been doing this 4 years. Everything that anybody tells you, if you ask those kind of questions, will just be guesstimations. Same here, Wooly. Climbed trees, played in creeks, got dirty. These kids get dirty and they cry. Oh, my jeans are dirty. I think anything's pure guesstimation because there's a lot of things that are similar between people's experiences, but nobody has the answers. Not one person has all the answers for this. And I don't think one person has a definitive on anything either. What they like, what they don't like, how long they live, what they eat, how they sleep, where they sleep. I don't think anybody has definitives on any of those questions. I think it's all guesstimations. But if enough of us get together and we put it into a database or something, at least we'll have a closer idea. Maybe we'll have a better idea. Hey, Mike. I'm doing good. Thank you. Today's a good day. But if everybody keeps arguing about which one's better, this one's this, and no, you're wrong, and, it's not, I hate the word wrong. And the reason I hate that word is because, just because one area, the Sasquatch do it, another area they might not. Some might, like Rick's area, they do a lot of throwing things and slamming things and giggling and stuff like that. But at my place, they're quieter. So does that mean it's the individual Sasquatch that's doing it, or is that the way they all are? Your fear is definitely rational when it comes to these things, because I'll tell you one thing that everybody so far has said, and that is don't trust them. But I hear about people that have lived by these things for absolute years, and these people that have lived with them for years even say they have good moods and bad moods. Just like the person that's so next to you, that lives next door to you. You could know them for 20 years and then find out one day they were a serial killer and you knew nothing about it. This is not rocket science. This is all we got to do is look at the human being. You want to get into that kind of stuff. I really think, right, John, I think the old ones do teach the young ones. But that's just a parent or how we were raised. We think that that's the normal way that things can be. A cat or a dog is going to teach a cat or a puppy or a kitten what to do and what not to do. You know, I mean, there's so much. I would love a database that we could put all of our information in, so they could get like a bottom, not a bottom line, but like a basic information log where people can go in and find out if this is over the board a normal reaction. I get so many people that will come on the live chats and they'll say, does this happen, or does this happen, or does this happen? And if I say no, and they've got experience on their property, and they go out and do something that I said no for mine, they can get hurt. You see what I'm getting at? So I can't say to people, oh yeah, do this, you know, this will work. No, it might not work. You know, you might end up in trouble with a clan that was thinking that you were going to be different, and you end up just like everybody else, and then you end up with problems. This is not a subject that I think needs to be hashed out like people are doing, and that's what they're doing. They're hashing it. They're not coming together. They're hashing it out. And they're calling each other liars, and they're calling each other names, and I've got better stuff, and I know what I'm doing, and I've been doing this 10, 20 years, and you don't know what you're talking about. Okay, well, if I went to your house with your family, you're right, I wouldn't have any idea. It would take me years to figure out your family, right? Well, hey, Rob. So, yeah, I'm sick of it too, Pam. It just irritates me to no end because, you know, I've had a couple of bigwig people tell me I was stupid. People that have been in the business for a long time, they told me I was stupid. And they told me that I was wrong doing some of the stuff that I did. And I just said, okay, you know, I'll listen to what you're saying, but I don't really care what they say. You know, they have a whole different attitude towards them. Most of them want one on a slab. And they're probably mad at me because I won't go out there and get footage so somebody can come down there and take a pot shot at them and kill them. I mean, you don't know what people are thinking. You never know who to trust, and that's with humans, let alone something that's been out in the woods. You know, you got me on a subject I get really irritated about, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to sound that way. It's just I really wish people would come together. And if we were able to actually do this, instead of these, you know, they're having all these conferences everywhere. Instead of getting somebody that's been on YouTube a whole bunch, and they want them to get up there and tell their stories because they're excited to hear it, why don't they have these symposiums where people can go in and learn? That's indigenous to their area. If you're going to have them all over Oklahoma, have them all over Oklahoma. And then teach people about what the basics are. And then people can tell you their experiences and tell them what's worked and what hasn't worked. Tell them what, you know, what they've seen and what they haven't seen. Do you think about broken trees? Oh, it went too fast. All I got was think about broken trees. I certainly wouldn't sit here and tell Pam how to handle her Sasquatch experiences up there where she lives compared to down here. I wouldn't do it. You know, I've talked to a couple people and told them, you know, what's happened with me and what I did, you know. That's right. That's right. You're absolutely right, Brian. It could turn around and cause somebody to get hurt. And what happens if it's not a Sasquatch at all? What happens is if it's a DM or something else? You're going to send somebody out there to talk to them like I talked to mine? Are you crazy? You get that person killed. There's too much we don't know. It's just stupid. Yeah, everybody wants to know about it. Everybody... I can't, Bob. I know what works for me, you know. And like I tell everybody, what's going on with me could change. It could change overnight. What happens if all this experience I'm having, all of a sudden the alpha dies and the new sub takes over and he's not so nice or so friendly? Then every time I go there, they're banging on stuff or breaking stuff or killing my animals. All this could change. And I'm not going to sit here and have a conversation and say, you know, hey, I want to go see Boo. I'm going to say I don't want to ever go back. That's one of the reasons why when I talk to people about this, it's not written in stone. It can't be. It's impossible. There are just too many. I think there's too many similars to human. That's why I think they're so human. Yeah, you're right, Guard. I've talked to Rick about this. Yeah, Bob. And what happens if you do the same thing that you? I mean, if I think consistency above board is important. I think if you're consistent, then it's just like someone wanting to rob your house. They're going to watch you, and as long as you do the same thing every time, they know their window, their perfect window, right? Well, I think these guys are the same way. They watch you do the same thing every time. They get used to it. You start changing stuff up, you know, and things could change around your area. Exactly. Pattern. So one time I didn't leave apples out, but I've been telling them from the beginning the apples weren't for them. I've been telling them at the... Wake up, Christy is talking to me. All right, Christy, what'd you say? I'm sorry. I'm on a roll. Say it again, sorry. I'm waiting. Okay. Sorry, but you guys get me started like that. I mean, I could sit there and talk to people all day about this, about the do's and don'ts of researching Sasquatch. My opinion. I think, I don't know. I think it might be my voice that they like out there because I talk to them all the time. And I didn't know they were here until I started talking to them here. And I mean, I'm 2.5 hours away. Different structures with different meanings. Oh yeah. That, you know something? Between the structures and the stick markings on the ground, what people call glyphs, if we just had a small insight to what they meant, I think we would understand the species 100% better. If you love my voice, why are you covering your ears, brat? Matt the brat. Oh, I don't doubt that. I don't doubt the military bases, the railroad places. What are you sorry for, John? You guys are too funny. You guys ought to put the name of the person you're talking to out in front. We just all join together. Okay. I think we're all lost, Christy. This is one heck of a road, let me tell you. Yeah. They can see, according to Kevin, they can spot things in the woods when they're running. When they're taking off and they're running someplace, either to chase after an animal or just to run, they spot stuff. Their hearing and eyes have to be so acute. Well, if we actually took more of a Jane Goodall approach to studying these, Yeah, mine too, CA. You got to be next to him when he recounts it. I held him for so long I couldn't help it. He just cried. Oh my gosh, don't talk about him. No, I do. Oh, yeah. Well, okay. Let me retract. I keep reading what you guys are writing, and then I get off track. Let me go back to the apples. Yes, he is a very sweet man. Anyways, when I first started going there, I put out apples and carrots for the horses because there were so many wild horses up there. But I would make my hand, make my fist with my hand and put up to my jaw, which is sign language for apple. And I would say apple, apple. And then I would tell the state ima that they're not for them, they're for the horses. Yeah, I know she was. So one day, after putting out apples all the time, I said the same thing. I showed the sign for apples, and I said, apples, but these aren't for you, these are for the horses. And they actually tossed one of the apples that was in a tree about 15 feet away from us between me and Lizzie. I'm surprised she wasn't killed. You know, I'm just saying the approach. I didn't say be her. I'm saying the approach. How she did it. You stay at a distance. I think their problem was they got closer and closer and further away from, you know, from civilization. And the further they got closer into their territory, hi Sissy, is when I think that the bad stuff started happening. They got further away from people. Yeah, they've left gifts. Well, the good and bad part about the trees, in my opinion, just my opinion, there are, in my area, when I look up, if you guys look at some of my videos, I said these are widowmakers. I mean, they're all over the place. It's the ones that have been stripped of bark with no bore holes from larvae or scrape marks from a bear that are stuck in the ground 1.5 feet that there's no way that you're going to pull out. Now that is not from rain. When they're woven in between trees, that's not from rain. But if you find trees on the ground busted up and one laying against a tree that could have easily fallen out of that tree, there's a lot of us that don't even look at those. We don't even look at those. We just keep going. If it was a Sasquatch, we wouldn't know. We just don't pay attention to them because there's just too many trees around. And then you get a nice storm coming in there, and those tree limbs and branches can fall down, crack, lightning could strike it. You know, I mean, they're not all Sasquatch. But if they're woven, yeah, if they're woven in around trees and stuff, I'm sorry, there's just no way for that to happen. In the front of one, in the back of another, under another, no, those are woven in there. And the ones that are stuck in the ground, they're... Tornado. Yeah, it's tornado alley here too. Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas. All of us are very familiar with tornadoes and what they can do. Take one of those trees and put it right through your side of your house. But you'd see telltale signs around it, not just one. It's that one that stands out that you really watch. And that thing that was built behind my RV was built methodically. I mean, they started adding to and adding to and adding to. Hi, Cindy. So, see, this is what I mean. We can sit here and have this conversation all day long, but everybody has their own opinion. Everybody has their own stuff that's happening. So write it down. Write it down and talk to somebody else. I see mansion. I'm calling some lean trees close. Yeah, I know. But you don't know that the little ones aren't leaning up against trees to learn how to build. I don't know. This is what I'm getting at. This is my point exactly. We just don't know. We're not in their area. We don't know what they do. I can't tell you. Well, send me the pictures, honey. But I can't tell you what they all are. I wish I really knew. But do you really think that I'd go to somebody else's area and walk through their backyard and say, "Yep, that downed tree is from a Sasquatch. Yep, that mark right there is from a Sasquatch"? I would never do that. Would never do that. I'd walk around, keep my mouth shut, just look around, and mainly what I'd do is I'd wait to get that buzz on the back of my neck. Because for me, one thing I will say, once you're around them and you've seen them, it never goes away. When they come around again, it's not just oh, I think they're here. It resonates through your body, and you know that they're there. Yeah, that buzz does not go away. Once you have had contact with these things, that is there, and that will always be there. And I don't think I've talked to one person. Yeah, I agree, Mike. I don't think I've talked to one person that after they've had an encounter didn't say, "I knew they were standing right there. I could feel it." People are all saying the same things. You can feel them. Well, what's the reason for that? You know, are they doing it so you know and recognize? It could be. You know, people talk about infrasound. What if that is their way of telling you, "Hey, I'm here"? So what? Now you're a little bit more respectful in their forests? Maybe, because I'll tell you what. In a wooded area that you went out, because I'm one of them. I went out hunting and hunting and hunting in that area, and once I ran into these guys, I stopped hunting. I stopped hunting. So now I go in an area and I feel that they're there. I've always picked up trash off the ground, even in state parks. I can't stand it. It makes me crazy. And I always take a little Walmart garbage bag with me, and I pick up trash. So you go into a new area now that you've never been before. Say you're just taking your family camping. Your whole demeanor changes when you go in that forest now. You're nothing like you were before you didn't see them or know that they're there, have an encounter. You're completely different in the forest now. Now you're leery, now you're watching, now you're paying attention, you're more respectful. You know? Maybe that's their way of telling us to be more respectful of what's out there that we don't pay attention to anymore. And I'm just on a rant, you know, I could be totally off, but that's just my feeling. So am I going to turn around and get online and say, "Oh, the Sasquatch told me that this is what they want us to do"? No, sorry. I am who I am. This is the way I am. I'm guesstimating here, people. Okay, but I believe that they are guardians of this earth. They've been here for a long, long time. Indians talked about them. Other people talked about them. They're written in history books, although I don't believe most of the history books. The point being, they've been around a long time, and we're just learning about them. Yeah, Matt. I went to Talahena State Park. I missed what you said. It went too fast. Sorry. I went to Talahena State Park, and we were walking around, and I found a bunch of trash on the ground, and I was so irritated. I was just so irritated. And I went down there, and I started picking them up, all the trash, and you could clearly see that I was mad. And all of a sudden, I get this tingle, and I look up. I said, "Do you think that's funny?" "It's not funny. I got to pick up your trash." And I threw it in the garbage, and I left. And, of course, my husband thinks I'm crazy, so I'm talking to nobody. But that's how I just felt. You know, you go out there and you pick up this stuff, and I think they pay attention. I think, you know, when people make a comment that they can sense how you are, if you're that type of person that can walk by trash on the ground, you know, and you just walk past it, they figure you just don't care. But if you walk by and pick up trash and throw it away, or you write something that's wrong, I think that they understand that. I do. I honestly do. Stop raining already. Good grief. Drip, 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 drip. Yeah. Why do you think a lot of you guys are on the same type channels? We are like-minded people. We might not be the same, but we are like-minded people. You take care of animals, you take care of family, you clean up the stuff around you, you try to right wrongs. We are like-minded people. And that's probably why the people who have had the experiences have had them. Oh. Doesn't that irritate you guys to go into a park and find trash all over the place? Especially like a picnic area where they have a big picnic and then they just turn around and they leave it. Oh my gosh, I get so angry. I want to chase them down and load their vehicle with their trash. That's what I want to do. It's so stupid. They're lazy is what they are. They're just lazy. They don't care. So I have a hissy fit. I absolutely have a hissy fit on my property if one of the kids are eating like a little bag of chips or something and they drop the chip bag on the ground. I said, go get it. If the wind blows it, you better find it. Pick it up. I want it in the trash bucket, and we burn it. They know I'm meticulous out there on the property. I want no trash laying around. And I actually went back to my property after being gone for about a month. And when I pulled in, I was like, oh my gosh, you have no idea how devastated I was, guys, because Sandy had gotten me a new garbage tin to burn to a burn barrel. And I went down and and when I pulled in, that burn barrel was on its side and the trash was everywhere. And I said, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And I kept saying I was sorry. And we went around cleaning up all the mess and we burned it. I was so upset because I didn't expect that. I thought that Sandy was going to burn it when I left. But she said it started to rain and she just forgot about it. But, oh my gosh. Hey, Gordon. It was horrible. It was horrible. There was so much garbage everywhere. Ugh. But maybe we should try to find somebody that's good with computers. And they have to be a pretty big organization to get all this information into one place. You know, strategically put them around the United States so people can call on. Not like the BFRO. Not that kind. What color was it? How tall was it? How wide was it? What did it do? Did you see it eating? You know, was it aggressive? You know, did it grunt? Did it growl? Did it scream? You know, all this information. Is it by your property? Is there all the time? It was just a brief sighting. And let's try to get a basic, you know, roundabout idea. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Not like the BFR, because I don't want anybody making comments to other people. It's just a place to share your information. But here you go. You're going to have liars that are going to call in or give them information too, which can kind of throw that off. What do we do? You know? Yeah. Yeah, John, that's true. But you're still going to have your people that are going to do that. So, you know, I can see then why someone wouldn't do it. A secret organization isn't going to help. I hear a cat. Oops. Guys, I'm going to leave you right here. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Okay, where was I? What was I ranting about now? Oh, I can't wait till Saturday. I can't wait till Saturday. I wish it wasn't going to rain. Oh my gosh, I want to take Linda out so bad. But I'm a lazy boy. I'm on the floor at my window. Hey, Andrew. Hey, Blue. Saturday is my interview with Carrie, Bigfoot Odyssey. Oh, that's right, Matt. You're right. I forgot. Matt is such a great brat. Yes, I'm smoking a cigarette. Can't you hear it? Well, I just want to backtrack for a minute. Okay? Just for a minute. I won't stay there long. What I really, yes, Lewis, I'm interviewing with Bigfoot Odyssey. What I really would like to do is I would like more people on live chats like this to get together and just share. Help each other. And not have one person say, no, don't do that. Oh, that's stupid. Oh, you're dumb. Don't do that. Listen to the person. Find out what they do. Find out what's worked for them. Find out what hasn't worked for them. Let them speak out, because you know what? When people get on here, they're either they're so excited because they had a decent encounter, or they're so blasted scared because your brain doesn't work right when you're scared. I'm sorry. And you're going to forget certain things. Okay? So you want to give them a basically like an open mic. You want them to be able to say it. If Kevin had not, if Duke had not said, good night, sissy. If Duke had not said to Kevin, you need to come on here and let me walk you through this, we would never have heard Kevin's account, and Kevin would not be the way he is today. He's speaking a lot better. He's feeling a lot better. He's got more hope to seeing Glag again. His whole life has changed because Duke talked him into going on there. Okay, so this is what we all need to do. We need to stop yelling at each other and calling each other names and calling each other liars and saying, well, that's just stupid, and I don't agree with him and I don't agree with her. Who cares whether you agree or don't agree? Let them talk. Just let them get it out. If they haven't had an experience and they want to be armchair researchers, nothing you say, nothing you do is ever going to be right. They're always going to be armchair researchers. They've never seen one, they've probably never been in the woods, and you're not going to convince them. So let the people that have had the experience on in their lives, let them talk. And more people will come out, because if you listen to some of these comments on some of these live things, people said, I didn't want to tell anybody. I didn't tell anybody for 30 years because I didn't want anybody to think I was what? Crazy. You know, people call you nuts. I don't care. People think I'm crazy. I really don't care. So when Carrie comes on Saturday and we sit down, all he wants to know is what started me in this and what I'm doing now, and that's all he wants to know, and that's what he's going to get. He's going to get my experiences, and I promise you that on the bottom of that, I'm going to get people that are going to call me a liar, people are going to say I hoax, people say I this, you know, blah, 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 she thinks she knows it all, blah, blah, blah. I've heard that so many times, I really don't care. You can either listen to me about what goes on with mine, or just ignore me. Just don't come on my live chats. Oh, guard, I wish you weren't hurting as bad as you are. There's so many people that would love to go out there, even mainly to places like mine, that just can sit and listen and watch and get excited because they were actually around them, you know, with no aggression. But then I don't want to trade places with someone else that walked up on a DM or a bad Sasquatch and, you know, they hurt them. You know, that kind of, I think it would probably kill me, you know. I'm going on 63 years old. I don't think I could handle, you know, a face-to-face horrible encounter. I'll do what I can for as long as I can. Yeah, I can't believe all these years, you know, I mean, they just fly by, don't they? Matt, you're not 87. Andrew, I'm 62. Well, I don't know about that, Ramona, but it would be nice to, if we thought that way. I think there's a lot of people that go walking in the woods that don't have a clue. My sister-in-law used to get shots for her back. Does that work, guard? Yeah, Pam, you and I are close. Oh, Lewis is young. Yeah, I might be 62, but I'm not someone to mess with. Trust me. This old lady's got a mean streak. I'll take your head off. I've never had a shot. I don't think it would help my sciatic anyway. What, Mike? You need to talk about it as much as you can. Yeah, my sciatica is so bad. Really bad. Okay. Well, my husband didn't believe either. And when I did Vic Cundiff's show, Vic Cundiff said, I don't like that your husband doesn't believe or treat you that way, because everybody here laughed at me. They all thought it was funny. Oh my gosh, CA, that's horrible. Yeah, it's really bad. Vic's channel's no longer up unless you go to his Patreon or wherever he's at now. I don't know where he's at now, but it's no longer on YouTube. And I think it was episode 50, but I'm not sure. I didn't pay attention to that. But the name of it is, I think it's called Bigfoot All Over the Place, something like that. That was when I did it with, hey Cryptid, that's when I did it with David, the guy that came up to visit. He had an encounter in Arkansas, and then him and I got together, and I brought him to the property. And I laughed that entire session with Vic. It was so funny. If you want to hear something funny, you got to listen to that one. I was laughing the whole time. Oh, Gordon. Silly egg. I can't. I'm on my phone. And I don't know. I can't get to it anywhere. Anyway. Because he doesn't have the YouTube channel anymore. They shut him down. You'll have to
type in Bigfoot Eyewitness Radio and find out where he's at. He's got a lot of good interviews. That's the only reason I contacted him. But there's people that don't like Vic Cundiff, they don't like Wes Germer, they don't like this person, they don't like that person. So who does someone who has a real encounter, who do they trust? Who do they call to find out, to go someplace where they can tell their experience without getting repercussions from the people in the chat room? What they should do is disable the chat on all those interviews. Yeah, he's doing the DM show now. He shut down his Bigfoot channels. It's not something. It's on another station somewhere. Well, yeah, Bigfoot Odyssey is someplace that you can go and tell your experience. But that means he has to travel to your place. There's got to be more people out there that they have no place to go. They don't know who to talk to. Yeah, Carrie's a good egg. He will listen to you. He's been there. I think they might end up expanding at some point because I know he said he wanted to go overseas. But I think it's a great platform what he's doing because he actually gets to go. I can't listen to Missing 411. There's too many things about kids in there, and honestly, it tears me apart. I'll cry for days. I can't handle it. You know, an adult who does something dumb is one thing, but a child. Bigfoot Busters. Yeah, Scott. I mean, Carrie should change the name of his channel. Bigfoot Busters. No, I like it. You talk to David Pilates? Yeah. You hear rain, Cryptid. Boy, I'd be munching like crazy if it was popcorn, wouldn't I? Okay, I'm going to put you back here. Back to the light. I know this thing's going to fall. I know it is. Don't blame me if it falls. Yeah. I know all about that. Being on the wrong side. Well, like I said, my husband thought I was crazy until he heard them vocalize at him. And then the last time we were there, he saw the orb. So I didn't have to say a word. He was begging me to get out of bed to go look at that orb, and I couldn't get out of bed. I was too... I just... Yeah, the rabbit hole is very, very deep, and I don't want... There's just so much more out there that people are talking about, and I can't get into all that. This is enough. Sasquatch is enough for me. Jeez. Popeye. Yeah. Thank you, Christy. Well, I wish my husband would have grabbed the camera, but he didn't. But he no longer laughs at me, you know what I'm saying? He doesn't laugh at me, but he doesn't want to go out there. You know, he's just very uncomfortable out there. But he's the type, because he's never spending time in the woods. He's the type that would actually go out with a gun and just start shooting. He'd start, you know, popping off shots. You know, he's not a hunter either. Oh, I like Mountain Beast Mysteries. I really like that guy. But I don't like... He's another one. I really like his show, but every single person so far that I've listened to has a tendency to talk bad about other people, and that can't be that way. It just can't be that way. You can't go saying, I think that person's full of crap. You just can't do it. You got to keep that to yourself. Do what you got to do when someone gets on here and says, hey, what do you think about this person? Hey, what do you think? You know, if you don't like them, just change the subject or just say that they're not on my list. You know, just let it go. You don't have to elaborate. That works well in life too, you know. Just because you know something is that way does not mean you have to elaborate on it. You can let it go. Gossip is the biggest killer on the planet. It causes something that you can't take back out of all your emotions, and that's regret. You can change hate, you can change love, you can change pain, you can change sorrow. You cannot change regret. You'll always have regret. So you need to, here, listen to me rant. So it'd be very smart and something that I've learned. Just don't elaborate. Yeah, I used to be able to cut people in 1,000 pieces with my mouth. That's a regret I'll never get rid of. I live with that every day. Well, thank you, John. We think you're A-OK too. People that come on my channel, I want them to be able to talk. I want you to be able to say what's on your mind as far as this goes. I want you to give me your opinions. You know, I want to hear this kind of stuff. Go ahead and tell me what's happened, you know. You're not telling the world, you're just telling the people that are here. You know, we're not on a public forum where other people are listening. Just, you know, if it sounds stupid or silly to you because you don't understand it, just say it anyway. It doesn't matter because I've talked to 3 different people that have had things happen that I've never even encountered. I've never even encountered them. But I'm not going to call them a liar. There's so much new stuff out there. You're so cute, man. Just let people talk. No. I'm not going to explore this area because I'll be going to people's houses. My area on the property? Oh yeah. This area? No. Yeah, just remember, when you cut somebody with the knife you call a tongue, you can't repair it. They don't forget it. 10,000 I'm sorry's doesn't change it. It still was said. Boy, the temperature, I don't know what the temperature is out tonight, but it's absolutely beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. I can honestly say this, with the exception of YouTube, I have never had anybody call me a liar. Nobody's ever called me a liar except for on YouTube. No, there's no creek or river. That's rain. It's just steadily raining. No, you will Saturday, though. Oh, well, not Saturday, whenever he puts it out. I was teasing about not being on camera. You know, I promised him I would, so. You kitty, kitty, kitty. Kitty, 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 kitty. I had a cat on my roof. It's so quiet. Isn't this peaceful? I wish that light right there was a fireplace. Cryptid, are you talking to me? Okay, well, I don't know the path that they're taking, but I've done an aerial shot of Fort Chaffee. And, good night, Mike. I don't have any river here, but in Fort Chaffee, on the other side of it, there's lots of places, lots of ponds and creeks and stuff like that, but Fort Chaffee's huge. And when they do their maneuvers or their training exercises, there's certain times a year that they'll come out around here because further away where they're doing the exercises is, I think, where they live or close to it. They live somewhere close by. Either they want to stay far enough away so the guys that are out there doing their training exercises don't come up on them. And some of the guys in here on Fort Chaffee that I've talked to know there's something out there. They won't talk about it, but they know there's something out there. So when they're doing their like I said, their little maneuvers and stuff out there, their training sessions, the Sasquatch come out this direction, closer to my place. That's why I said before they were only here twice a year. But this year was different because it seemed like the training exercises lasted about a month longer than they normally do. So I don't know what's up with that. Now, I don't know if they're still around here. I mean, I haven't heard. I hear howls, but they're not as close as they were when I first started doing these live chats. So I don't know if they've moved on. You know, I don't know if they're coming closer to when they're hunting. I don't know anything. I really don't know. Everything would be a guess. Oh yeah, I watched a video. There's a video about that guard on YouTube. All you gotta do is type in rock apes in Vietnam. There's some videos on it. I saw that once, a while back. Last night? Night before. Night before. Oh, I wish I would have gotten to the window fast enough. It was a nice, nice howl. Yeah, there's more than one, but it was a good one. I mean, I think it was like 45 minutes long or something, 48 minutes long. It was pretty good. The one that gets me is those the giants over there in Afghanistan. That one gets me every time. How on earth can that happen? If that really happened, how can that happen and the whole world not know about it? Or where is it? Germany or Russia? One of the two places where they go by a... Oh, where is it? Hold on. They go by a certain mountain range, and there's cutouts in the mountain range that could only have been done by giants. They're too high up, and there's nothing showing that anything crawled up to make them. They're huge. Here comes a car. Ooh, let's check out the car. You ready? Here comes a car. Ooh, I see a car. It's a cop. What the heck? What are you looking at? Did you see that? He's got a spotlight right at my house. Did you see that? Oh, heck no. He needs to get his butt back here and tell me why he's looking at my house. Did you see that? Stinking spotlight. Good, I hope he saw me sitting in the window. That kind of stuff makes me crazy. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. We can't find anything. My son told me, and I didn't know this. Remember the other day when I told you about the internet, the guy here from Cox Cable? When I was talking to my son, I didn't know this because I didn't see him, but he said the guy was up on the pole before he even pulled the truck up where I could see it where he got out. So he was on the pole, and Cox Cable didn't even know about it. Do 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 do. What? I don't think Fort Chaffee likes the fact that I'm telling them that the Bigfoot are here. I could have so much fun with this, it'd be crazy. Oh, drum roll please. Let's go into conspiracy theories. I'd have a ball. My head could get so lost in conspiracy theories, let me tell you. I know, I am so crazy. Oh, but I'm telling you, since I found out about these guys, I don't believe anybody anymore. I don't believe anybody. Don't tell me nothing. I don't know what the heck's out there. There's probably little green men running all over the place. We just don't see them. Great big eyeballs. What if one of those popped up in my window? Whoa. Whoa. Oh, I must be getting sleepy. Here it comes, guys. I'm getting tired. Somebody's got to find a way for me to sleep. You know, sometimes I wish I drank alcohol. It'd probably knock me out. If I drank a sip of beer, I'd probably pass out cold. I haven't had alcohol in 30 years. Yes, there'd be a potty mess at the window. I promise you that. And nobody in this house can clean it up but me. No, NyQuil doesn't work. Don't use NyQuil if you have restless legs. Yeah, I know. No, melatonin doesn't work either. I just don't sleep. I don't know why. I just don't sleep. I pass out for an hour at a time here and there, but that's it. Here comes the wind. Ooh, that was chilly. Matt, you're so bad. Alcohol and I don't get along. I don't like not being in control. That's why I can't take drugs. Oh, there's no way. My mom used to smoke pot when I was a kid. It didn't knock me out. I've tried CBD oil. I've tried melatonin. I've tried holy basil. I've tried everything. Yeah, it doesn't matter if I drink coffee or not drink coffee. The coffee doesn't keep me awake. You know, I mean, if I wanted to stay awake and I drank me 3 of my Frappuccinos, I could still fall asleep for an hour. You know, I mean, it doesn't matter. Congratulations, Brian. It's been 30... Wait a minute. It's been 30 years. It's been 30 years. Wow. Last time I drank, I almost died, so no thank you. I was done with it. But I'd like to find something that would help me sleep. All the natural stuff doesn't work. And oh my gosh,
If I took a Benadryl, my sciatica would go crazy, number one. Number two, I would bounce off walls. Now, I drink chamomile tea. It doesn't help. I have chamomile pills, too. Now, the holy basil works really well for other people, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work for me. It makes me groggy, but it doesn't make me go to sleep. Yeah, no antihistamines if you have RLS. No, thank you. I've got. Hi, Steve. I've got tryptophan here, and it doesn't work either. I've got a combination. It's got lemon balm, tryptophan, GABA, and a couple other things, and it doesn't work. Yeah, you know what my husband said to me? He says, when I die and you get remarried, which I told him that's not going to happen, he says, you're going to have to find somebody that's willing to rub your legs at night. That's going to have to be a prerequisite. Nope, not valerian root either. Valerian root makes me feel drunk, but I don't go to sleep. Trust me, I am the naturopathic person. I've got, oh, I wish I could show you all the stuff that I got. What was I taking? I don't want to take drugs, Brian. They gave me a Xanax in the hospital when I had that allergic reaction to the paint that I spilled on me, and I was out. My tongue was wagging, for crying out loud. But the next day, I had so much anxiety. My hands were shaking. My heart was pounding out of my chest. Oh, heck no. I'm not taking pot, Matt. Forget it. Nope. Chicken ain't gonna work either. It's turkey that has the tryptophan. It could be because I don't eat very much, too, that my stomach doesn't have that, you know. Refuse no facts for things used to work in a channel. So, yeah, exactly. Exactly, Guard. I just really want a good night's sleep. I just want a good night's sleep. I'd love to go to bed and wake up refreshed the next day. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. No, I'm not nervous. I'm irritated. I want out of here. I want to move to the mountains. I missed my... See, that's something else too. I'm not sleeping at night, and a lot of times when you're laying there in bed and you're in that, you're not asleep but you're not awake. You know what I'm saying? That in between stage. All I can think about is up there. Mine too, Matt. My metabolism's off the charts. I have very low blood pressure, very high heart rate. Yeah, John, I have too much on my mind. Way too much. My brain doesn't shut down at night. I think all night long. I listen to Psalms or Proverbs before I go to bed. We say our prayers. We get on our knees and say our prayers. I don't have hyperthyroidism, though. I've been checked. And then I'm quiet. The room's dark. You know, my husband has to have the fan on because he has to have the noise, and I just lay there. And lay there. It's funny you said that, John, because that's what I do to put my kids to bed. Even my adult kids, I just rub their head and they go to sleep.
I used to be able to sleep anywhere. Anywhere. I used to be able to fall asleep anywhere and get a good night's sleep. Everything changed after all the deaths in my family. That's when I noticed, guys, that that's when everything started to change. Is I lost all my family members. You know, just one right after another. It just hit. I mean, good night, Brian. I lost 11 family members in 4 years, and everything changed for me. Everything. My sleeping habits, my eating patterns, everything changed. I don't know when it'll come out, Brian, but I know he will be there on Saturday. So it usually takes him about a week or 2 weeks to get it put up. Okay, hey now. Okay, hey now. Let's see if we got company tonight. On my phone, I have a white noise app on my phone. It doesn't do me any good. What I need is I need to go back to exercising. When I worked out, I used to work out for about an hour a day. And I was in really good shape. And I slept like a baby. But like I said, I really think this was after all the deaths. And I don't know how to verbalize this, you know. But I think that mentally, something changed. You know, they all died. And I've been around death all my life, but it happened so quick, so many of them. And I don't think I honestly took the time to grieve over one or two of them, let alone all of them. So I think my body just went on overdrive. And then now I'm having these stomach issues. That doesn't help, you know. Yeah. Good night, Brian. Thanks for coming. Appreciate you listening to our garbage. I will find a way, though. You know, I'm not much on... Are you leaving, Christy? Weldy? I thought so. Good night, Christy. Hey, Patricia. How are you doing? Okay. I just want one day this weekend for it not to rain. Just one day. That would make sense, you know, the EMF frequencies. Are you leaving, Lewis? Yes, he is. Good night, Cryptid. Oh yeah, everything gets shut off at night. You too, Christy. I'm pretty sure I know what my problem is. I just got to get past it. That's all. Nope. No noise, no eye shine, no nothing. I won't be on much longer. I got so much stuff to get ready tomorrow because I'm leaving Friday morning early. So I gotta get everything packed up tomorrow and ready. Hopefully it doesn't rain here tomorrow so I can get the truck loaded. Then Friday morning I just go down, pick up my ice, get the food, and then head on out. I won't be back until Sunday night. Yep, going to Oklahoma. Going to the property. Yes, I am, and I can't wait. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And my camera's all charged up and ready to go. My audio recorder's ready to go. One of these days I'll play with that drone. Gordon, you probably ruined your ears from all the concerts. Alright guys, I'll go ahead and get off here. That's the first video you ever saw with Lisa? Yeah. Yeah, I want to go down, I will say hi. I'll say hi to Boo for you. I'm going to try to go down to the big nesting area and see if I can't camcord down there. Good night, everybody. Behave yourself. Be good to everyone that you can. And I will, I'll talk to you guys later. I can't wait for this weekend. And if I don't come back on tomorrow, then I'll see you guys on Sunday. No, I have no electricity up there at all. I wish. Boy, if I could do a live up there, you guys would have a ball. It's non-stop. But I will. Good night, everyone. God bless. Have a great day. Be good to each other.